Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Sag, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and at the end I will read from the book. And for the tarot portion of your reading, the Mystic Mondays Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Sagittarius? Number, I don't know what number this is, LXII. And it's the Sword. You might have some, if you have Aries in your chart, you might want to watch the Aries reading, because they didn't get this card, but the Sword featured very prominently in their reading. And here it is for you. Usually the Sword is part of the air element, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and it refers to these, it's kind of like cutting through the veil to reveal something, reveal information, the truth, facts, some kind of clarity. There's a spirit just said the word bitterness. I was going to say there is a harshness between kind of the two sides of the sword, but Spirit said the word bitterness, just clear as day. Is there something that is causing like resentment or bad taste in your mouth? Spirit is singing a song, playing a song. I don't know how to say it. I hear it in my head, like Whitney Houston. Didn't we almost have it all? I'm not going to try and sing that. Just, if you don't know that song, please listen to that song. Whitney Houston, Didn't We Almost Have It All? I hear her voice so resoundingly in my head, and then it makes me think of her life, right? She was such a once-in-a-lifetime kind of talent, and her demise was very sad. But that song is heartbreaking, and Spirit is singing it to me. I think, and it's like you're at this point now where it's like you just want something to make sense, right? And not have, like, it's just like things crashing down, right? I'm not saying anything that hasn't already, I'm not predicting the future. I'm just taking a temperature on what's going on right now for you. It's like, this has already happened or happening. It's not going to happen, right? The future is not set in stone. We're trying to understand this dichotomy here, right? Where we want things to make sense, and there's just this very stark separation between concepts, between people, ideas, and then I see this lightning bolt as like the tower in the tarot. It's just coming straight from Spirit to kind of imagine all the elements on the page just like jumping up off of the card. Like we need to shake up the system. We shake up that system by revealing the truth of things. And it's one of those, you know, now I'm seeing the sword and the stone, like who is worthy. This was also very prominent in Aries' reading. This idea, well, in that reading it was about Thor and his hammer and who was worthy to wield the hammer, but in your reading, who is worthy to wield the sword, to know the truth. And this could be truth about anything. It could be truth, your spiritual truth of a situation. Take it as it resonates, but it's like, who is worthy enough to be privy to certain information? Well, clearly it's you. But then it's kind of like, well, why am I wielding it? Why am I carrying it? I don't know, does it feel like a burden? I feel like my ear is tunneling a little bit on this side. Your spirit guides they're being subtle about it though. I mean, this energy here is not subtle, but the way that they're kind of coming in, they're very subtle. Like they're giving you information, but they don't want to overwhelm you. Let's get to the tarot. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future. And at the end, take some advice from spirit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. 6 cards on the table. Let's get to it. The past energy here. Princess of Cups in reverse. Princesses in this deck, the pages, right? The kind of lowest rung of the court cards in the tarot. Princess of Cups is somebody who, it's beginner's energy, beginner's mind, beginner's heart, starting off brand new, just wanting to offer a small but significant gesture towards you, or you towards someone else. Sometimes it can represent apology. The card is in reverse. So, and it's clarified by the 8 of Swords. And here, we start off strong with Swords energy. 8 of Swords is analysis, paralysis, and anxiety. Feeling anxiety towards a situation. Maybe you never received an apology that you were owed. Maybe you never gave that apology that you owed somebody. Whatever that scenario, now we're trapped in our own thoughts about it. And you can see here in this card, in the 8 of Swords, the figure in the middle is never really trapped. I mean, these swords are not holding them down. They take away their blindfold, they open their eyes. I'm not trapped at all. I just think that I am. I just think that I'm caught in this kind of unrelenting maze. But I'm not. What's keeping me trapped there is my own worries and fears. To that, I would say, you know, as somebody that suffers with anxiety every once in a while, like full-blown at times, it's when you can't ground yourself and quiet your mind, that's when your blood pressure starts rising. That's why it's really important to have some kind of meditation practice, or getting out there, walking, you know, touch trees, touch grass, like really connecting back to the self, like healing, being able to sit in your own company. It's so important to just be comfortable in your own skin. And when we don't allow ourselves to have the time to do that, that's sometimes we can get in trouble, right? And so our spirit wants me to tell you that, because there's something that's just like driving you crazy here, and they don't want you to be in that space anymore. This was in the past. Let's see, can I get a clarifier for the past energy? Princess of Cups in reverse, 8 of Swords. 2 of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Two of Wands talks about directionality. Which way do we go? Where do we turn to? Seven of Pentacles can talk about, it's the earth element, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It can talk about making an investment into something that we then think, was it worth it? You know, I'm watering all these seeds that I've sown, and I'm really contemplating, do I want to keep doing this? Like, do I always want to find myself in just this position where, yeah, I've done some stuff, I've grown some things, there have been things that have come to fruition, but do I want it? I'm not saying you do or you don't, it's just where you are. In the past energy, that's where you were, rather. Do you want to continue on? Do you want to keep moving forward, or do we want to veer off into another direction? Lots of confusing energy in the past. And I do think that this investment had to do with another person. You put, you know, if this was like a relationship, it's like you invested so much time into this person and you didn't really get that gesture of love in return. So then you're kind of wondering, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? In the present energy, two cards in reverse. Ten of Wands, Queen of Swords in the reverse. So here again, Swords is featuring very prominently, but remember in the beginning when I said, okay, who can pick up that sword? Does it feel like a burden? This is a card of burden. Ten of Wands. Wands is your suit. The fire signs, the fire element. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. In the upright, this card talks about, you know, we've carried experiences and trials and tribulations and everything in between. Even our successes can sometimes be burdens. And we're ready to put them down now. When the card is in reverse, it's like we're still holding on. Getting a lot of songs today. I hear a song from In Vogue. Yeah, In Vogue maybe. Hold on to your love. Hold on to your love or hold on to your lover? I think it's hold on to your love. It kind of morphed into another In Vogue song that goes, well, you're never gonna get it, not this time. My lovin', had your chance to make a change. The more the more things change, the more they stay the same. Maybe next time you'll give I feel like I'm mixing up the lines, but it's like maybe next time you'll give your woman a little respect. Take it as it resonates. It's like it's a radio in my head and it's playing that song. Why In Vogue? I don't know. I haven't listened to them in years, but they've been coming up recently. Queen of Swords in the reverse. So Queen of Swords, by the time we reach the queens of the suits, it's like they're very divine feminine, very experienced in their suit. The Queen of Swords has been through it all. She's been through anxiety, heartache, heartbreak, leveling, having to outwit people, having to just compete, really having to use her wits and to get through life. So by the time we reach the Queen, we're experienced, we're knowledgeable, we're smart, we're sharp, we're witty. This is a character who is looking for the truth. Right? But when the card is in reverse for me as a reader, it's like I don't even care about your truth anymore. I don't even care if you know what it is, you don't know what it is. It's almost just like I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. I've got so much on my shoulders right now. Oh, you feel a little fed up, Sag. I'm a Sag rising, so I get it. 2 cards to clarify. Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Wands. Page energy. This is interesting because remember we got the Princess of Cups over here in the reverse. 3 pages. That's very strange to get 3 pages in a reading. Maybe you're surrounded by a lot of younger people. Could be some young people. Could be some young people, like kids or something. But it just feels like immature. You know, because I was kind of asking in my mind, like, why are we so irritated? It's like, because I'm surrounded by children. Because I'm surrounded by immaturity. And what they have to offer me doesn't even compare. Like, there's not going to be a child that compares to a queen energy. You did get these 2 cards in the upright, though, so they're authentic offers, you know. The Princess of Wands is, you know, wanting to start something new. The Princess of Pentacles is an offer, an opportunity, a door opening, a crucial conversation. It is beginner's mind, but it's also immature. It doesn't have the experience that I was talking about here. I kind of stand by that because it's the first thing that Spirit allowed me to channel. It's just like, because I'm surrounded by children. That could be what's going on, though. I mean, maybe you are physically surrounded by children. Maybe like you have to take care of kids, and like you just don't have time to deal with situations or things that are not sure bets. In the future potential, there's a little bit more confusion, but there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is spoiled for choice. Lots of things to peruse, to contemplate, to consider, but we're not quite sure what it is that we want. And that can be kind of a difficult place to be in, because we want to be in a space of manifestation. We want to be sure about the things that we desire and that we strive for. So a 7 of Cups is not really hitting the nail on the head. It's not really hitting the target. And it can be frustrating. You know, I see it's like, do I want to get married? Do I want to start a business? Do I want to move to a different country, a different state, a different locale? Do I want to quit my job? Do I want to, whatever it is. It feels very unresolved, but there will be clarity soon. Major Arcana, number 18. Yeah, number 18, the Moon. Pisces energy. The Moon card is interesting because usually it represents secrets, illusion, confusion. Things below the surface, where the murky depths of the psyche, of the subconscious. But when the card is in reverse, it's like the moon fading into the distance and the sun coming up on the other side. There will be clarity soon. Can I get a clarifier for the future potential? Temperance, be patient. Number 14 of the Major Arcana, representing Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you showed up in your own reading. Thank God, and just in time. Just in time. Future potential, this feels good. Okay, we're turning a tide, like just as we speak. We're turning a tide. We're coming back into our own energy, and it feels good. Because you're understanding, okay, I gotta treat this like I treat other things, with a sage-like wisdom, with an inner knowingness of who I am, a trust in my capabilities, in my decision making, and the space and patience to allow all of these disparate things to kind of coalesce into something greater. There's also a suggestion of balance. Can I have a a card of advice from Spirit? From Spirit, please, thank you. 5 of Swords in the reverse. There's no need to compare yourself to anyone else. If you think that you're behind on something, you're not. You're in divine timing. You don't need to look at what other people are doing and compare yourself to what they're doing. You're on your own path. There's no more fighting amongst ourselves and none of that. Spirit is saying allow any of that competitiveness to just fall by the wayside. In a sense, like you're in a class by yourself. There's no need to compete. So now I'm going to read from the book. The Sword. The knife, the blade, the weapon. To use the sword is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one. Thank you, Spirit. Let me read that again. The sword bearer is hasty and violent. Wait, hold on. An onlooker may think that the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. That's your reading, Sagittarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Sag.